Safe to say the medical care system has no idea how to deal with womb-related diseases. That's why you see PCOS, fibroids, endometriosis, PMS, PMDD, infertility, irregular cycles at an all-time high. And we got increase of birth control at such a high level, hysterectomies are at such a high level, and it pains me to see the amount of women who comment below our posts to say, I wish I knew about this before. Because the medical system, they only gave me two options. One, hormone replacement therapy or the pill, or two, surgery. In this video, I'm gonna share 3 different steps that you can take to help you get control of your menstrual cycle and help ease the symptoms that you're getting from your fibroids, endometriosis, cysts, PMS, PMDD, and also help to remove those out of your life so then you can become fruitful. And it's not like what we're saying is so groundbreaking or woo, some mystical information, yet it's helped so many women heal and actually learn to honor and appreciate love their menstrual cycle. So what is the menstrual cycle? The menstrual cycle in its most basic is just a series of hormonal changes that a woman's body goes through to prepare for pregnancy. So it's all about your hormones. And in this video, we're not gonna get too in depth, but one of the leading causes of endometriosis, fibroids, cysts, irregular cycles, PMS, PMDD is a high level of estrogen or estrogen dominance. Now, when we talk about PCOS, yes, there is also high levels of testosterone, but a huge focus in this video is going to be related to estrogen dominance. So the 3 steps is 1 is going to be eliminate, 2 is going to be enhance, and 3 is going to be to engage. So let's start off with step 1, eliminate. Now, this is something that we were not taught growing up, and we live in an environment full of toxins, right? From the clothes that we wear, from the makeup that we're wearing, from the skincare, from how we're storing our food, the food we're eating. So we're gonna focus on eliminating the things that are putting a burden on our hormonal system. And this is something that they call endocrine disruptors, meaning that it disrupts your endocrine system or the system that is in control of your hormones. So what we're gonna do is focus on removing plastics out of our life. Drink from the plastic bottles the least amount of possible. Store your food in plastic the least amount of possible. Shift to glass. And when it comes to makeup, a lot of the chemicals in makeup are toxic and they're endocrine disruptors. So just to be mindful that these products contain endocrine disruptors and eliminate as much as possible. Now, when we talk about the food, we're going to talk about eliminating the basics such as white sugar. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in the next step. White sugar, white flours, processed foods, foods with hormones in them. A lot of meat, it has hormones in them. And we're talking about plants and fruits and vegetables that have pesticides in it. We want to remove as much of that as possible. And something else that is messing around with your hormones is the pill and some women who are on hormone replacement therapy. Now, I'm not telling you what to do or not do. I'm just sharing information and then you could do with it what you will. But the pill is just giving you hormones so your body doesn't have to do it itself. And that's what the medical system does a great job of. For example, when you break your arm, it puts a cast on it. And the cast isn't actually the best way to heal. But what the medical system does, it protects you so you can't do anything, make it worse. So then when you take the cast off, at least the bone is fixed, but everything around it is atrophied or it's dead. So that's similar to when you're taking the pill. It's keeping you safe in the box for the time period, but your body is atrophied, so it's not able to produce the hormones in the balance that it's meant to. So then when it comes to wanting to get pregnant and get fruitful, or when you're wanting to go the natural way because the symptoms from taking birth control is so much, your body's gonna have a hard time. So that's why we're gonna start off by eliminating. The eliminate stage, we wanna eliminate 3 different things: environment, what we're eating, and excess stress. So get out that toxic relationship and get out of environments that are putting the extra stress, because that's increasing your cortisol levels, which in turn is going to affect your ability to produce other hormones such as progesterone. So stress, excess stress, gotta remove that. The next step is going to be to enhance. And the main thing we're gonna wanna enhance here is the function of your liver. The liver is so important for the balancing of your hormones, because the liver, especially when it comes to estrogen, is going to be responsible for either allowing the estrogen to metabolize and be removed from your system, or to recycle it into the blood, and it keeps in your bloodstream. So what happens is when we eat all these toxins, like even a lot of sugar, it puts a burden on our liver. And some of us have fatty livers and congested livers. So yes, the liver is meant to cleanse itself, but we put such stress on our liver that it's not able to do its job. So we got to enhance the liver's function so that it functions at a high level and helps to remove those hormones, so your body's going to be able to do what it needs to do. So in order to enhance the liver, like I mentioned, in the first step, we're going to eliminate the white sugars, the toxins, like all that in the first step is going to help to not have that excess burden on your liver. And then the next thing we're going to do is take these herbs, which is going to help elevate your function and enhance the function of your liver. And according to our ancestry, what we have used that has been the most effective is cassia alata. And the cassia alata can be used a couple times a week just to increase the function of your liver. But we do have a protocol for the liver cleansing, which is our essential cleanse bundle, which you take the cassia alata for 7 days straight, and then you take a colon cleanse. So that is the most complete, most effective way that we utilize to cleanse the liver. And what I would recommend is for you to do that once a quarter. So once every 3 months, you're going to do a more intense or intentional liver cleanse. And that's going to help your liver to get to where it needs to be over time. It's not something where you just go like, boop, liver's fixed, right? Because think about it. This has been going on for years now, 15, 20, 30, 40 years almost. So what you're wanting to do is give it time to have your body and your liver recover. Another thing that's important when it comes to the liver is the liver stores up to 80% of your blood at any given time. And in that blood is also the iron or the hemoglobin. So what you want to do as you cleanse your liver, it's going to help release iron into your bloodstream. And the menstrual cycle is a process of releasing blood, and it also is correlated a lot with anemia. So sometimes it's like, let's take more iron pills, let's take more foods rich in iron, but your liver is actually storing all that iron. So when you release, you allow your liver to release the iron, that's going to help boost up your iron levels in your bloodstream. So we want to enhance the liver function by taking herbs like cassia alata, and they'll say herbs like milk thistle as well, but for us, we like to say cassia alata. And then you're going to eat different foods, which is also going to help enhance your liver. And a lot of this is the cruciferous vegetables, such as your broccoli and your cabbage. And for those in the alkaline community, you're going to be like, oh no. But yes, you're going to be able to eat those foods, and you're going to enhance that liver function. So in stage 3, we are going to engage. And what are we engaging in? Engaging in self-care practices that is going to uplift self, and is also going to allow our body or our physical structure to do what it does so naturally, so beautifully. Like this process of how our body regulates our hormones and allows our heart to breathe and sweats when we're hot. It's such a beautiful process, and it's just for us to live a lifestyle that creates that environment of alignment so our body is able to do what it's meant to do. First off, what we're going to engage in is an intentional practice with herbs. And in this video, we're only going to speak about 2 herbs, but I'm going to put a thing on the screen here where you could see something we call herb cycling. And this is going to show you different herbs that you take during different phases of your cycle to help with the different ups and downs of the hormones and the symptoms that you may feel during those times. So I'm going to put a link below, and you could see on the screen a list of the different herbs and the different phases to take it in. But the 2 herbs we're going to talk about is St. John's bush and red raspberry. Now you're going to take St. John's bush 7 days leading up to your cycle, 7 days during your cycle, and red raspberry you're going to take 7 days during and 7 days leading up to your cycle as well, at the very least. And then outside of those times, you want to take St. John's bush and red raspberry at least 3 times a week. Now, if you're a woman that doesn't have a regular cycle and you're like, I can't time it to say 7 days leading up to my cycle, or if you don't have your cycle at all, then what you're going to do is you're going to drink St. John's bush and red raspberry 5 to 7 days per week until your cycle returns or until your cycle becomes regular. And then once you do that, you're going to allow your body to come to that level, then you could get onto that program. Now, what these herbs are doing is it's allowing your body to regulate their hormones naturally. That's what these herbs do. They're not putting anything into your body, which is like externally. It's helping your body function at a higher level and doing what it's meant to do, right? And when you talk about intentional practice with tea, I want you to sit down and just enjoy the tea. Sit down and take a moment for self. And this is a self-care, a self-love practice. And what we're doing is we're developing a system of self-love. And one of those things is sipping this tea. So when we sip the tea, just pause for a moment, just enjoy and just realize you're doing something for self right now. You're loving on self as you smell it. Just enjoy the process of drinking this tea and use it as a mindful moment. And that's going to lead to another practice we're going to engage in is mindfulness and a system of self-love or different self-care practices. So mindfulness, which could be meditation, yoga, different types of exercise and movement, which aren't necessarily going to help you physically like get strong or lose weight, but it's going to help you relax your body, right? It's going to help you get into balance and feel good. Movement helps you feel good. So engage in movement that helps you feel good. Dance around, just flow, and allow your body to get to that state where you're just feeling good. All right, so engage into those practices, yoni steams, spiritual baths. You can take a bath with the Cassialata. You can take a bath with the St. John's bush. And you want to engage in divine conversations, beautiful conversations with people you love and you care about. You want to practice gratitude. Everything in your life, grateful, gratitude, show love and appreciation and honor and be grateful for everything in your life, because everything in our life is here for in our favor. And it's just up to us to realize why and how we could utilize and alchemize that energy to what it is in our favor. We're going to engage in forgiveness, right? We got to let go of everything that's happened to us. And this isn't a scientific study, but what my elders and what my teachers have told me is that high levels of fibroids, PCOS, endometriosis, infertility, breast cancer is also related to high levels of trauma, high levels of stress, and high levels of childhood abuse. And that's partly in the reason why it's at higher levels in Black and brown communities, where the levels of child abuse are also higher. So we gotta forgive. I know it's hard, but we gotta forgive. And the forgiveness is forgiving yourself, right? You forgive yourself and forgive yourself completely for everything that happened. None of it is your fault. Don't hold all that weight, all that shame, all that guilt. Allow that to go, because what that's going to allow you to do is see yourself for who you are, a beautiful divine being, to see yourself for where you want to go, If you, whatever it is that you want to do, if you want to get there, you got to let go of this image that's holding you down and is keeping you stuck. Now, this is a little bit a little bit different than just like that grounded information, but it's very important that we forgive ourselves. You forgive yourself and you don't hold on to what others have done for you, and you have a level of resentment in you. We got to release as much of that out of our being as possible. Now, if you engage and go to therapy, if you have whatever way you want to go to help release that from your being, it's important that you allow yourself to go through that process, because it's affecting us on a day-to-day basis, right? Trauma affects us all on a day-to-day basis, and it's producing these chemicals that we actually want to stay away from. So it's important that we do allow ourselves to forgive others and forgive ourselves, so we could see ourselves as that beautiful divine being, and we could release all this pressure of like, we're meant to be perfect, like we're meant to be somewhere already. Get off of that. Get off, live on your own timeline. You're perfect. Right where you are is perfect. And give thanks for every step of this journey that's gotten you to where you are. All right, y'all, so give thanks. So to recap the 3 steps, 1, we are eliminating the toxins that we're eating. We're eliminating the endocrine environmental disruptors, and we're eliminating the excess stress in our life. 2, we're enhancing the function of our liver. That's going to be through utilizing herbs like Cassialata, and also eating different types of foods and removing certain foods from your life as well. And 3, we are going to engage. We're engaging in intentional practices We're creating a system of self-love and an environment of alignment. So our environment is actually going to help us heal. We got to create an environment that helps us heal, because when we are stressed and we lifes, we want our environment to remind us of the beauty that's in our life. We want an environment to remind us of the gratitude, of the love that is in our life. And that's going to help this journey become easier, so we're not always fighting an uphill battle. So we create that system of self-love, an environment of alignment, and following these steps, it is going to help you. So give thanks for tuning in, y'all. I hope that this helps someone. And I know as a man, it's like, why am I talking about this subject? But when you look at what's going on out there, it's not being spoken about enough. So I need to do my part, and I believe that this is a part of my calling. And I hope that this isn't just like the end of your research. I hope this stimulates something within you to start researching more, so then you can have a better understanding of your own body and your own physical structure. And I hope it stimulates conversation. I hope it stimulates asking questions, instead of thinking of me as someone that's just going to be the one that helps and heals everything. All right, you are the healer. And I hope and I pray that this stimulates you to wake up that inner healing that you have within you, to heal yourself and heal the generations that came before you, and heal the generations, the other people who are around you, and also heal the generations to come. So give thanks. I appreciate, love y'all so much. Let me know if y'all have any questions below. We're going to do some more videos in this series. I'm going to have others come in and talk about this, because we need to talk about it more, quite simply. So sending y'all so much love. Catch y'all on the next one.